Hello YouTube. Okay, you might be wondering why we're recording video in the dark. Okay, well, I don't think I have an answer for that. I'm going to be recording DogCat quickly. Let's see how fast you can. I've actually cracked this. I just want to see if I can do a video for you. Okay, so quickly we have that IP address, and visiting it, we see this. Just to showcase a few things, when we click on dog, we see the way it pulls or it fetches that results. I can actually take this and maybe change this to cat, and that gives me cat. So what if I view page source, and maybe I can see, hey you go. Oh, here you go. See the way it's actually pulling. That picture is for cat 6. I can maybe take this and start playing with this. I can change this to cats, maybe 7. It gives me cat 7. That's a lovely fluffy. Okay, great. So I just want to showcase this. So which means there's something wrong with the way it's actually fetching the resource. But it's passing that. If you look at the page source thing, which I viewed here, you see it's enforcing the way it works is fetching these resources, but see the way it calls for that stuff here. Okay, so we're taking advantage of that fact. I'm going to try a classic, maybe a classic PHP directory traversal stuff. Let's see if that's going to fly for us here. So I'm going to pass in this. I'll quickly walk you through what that is doing. It's just a classic one. We're trying to take advantage to pass from this dog all the way back to the Etsy password. See if we can view that file. Okay, we see from our results here, it seems to be adding that PHP theme to whatever we try to do. So we have to look for a way to see password PHP. We have to look for a way to bypass that PHP filter. And to do that, I'm just going to copy the code quickly and show you or put it there to save you time, because I've actually done this before. So I'm going to use this PHP bypass to put it in front here, the filter and viewing stuff. So if I enter this, we can see I'm able to extract the index.php. So I copied this and I have it saved in this decode.txt. If I use the base64 decoder, I can decode that text and look at the index.php, so I can see that it's passing that .php to whatever is or whatever you try to do, it enforces this. So we had it bypass this with our filter, but in the code index.php we can see it's actually enforced there. So how can we use this to maybe grab ourselves some cool flags? We will use that filter bypass to collect the first flag. So I'm just going to copy the link from my templates and save you that stress again. So it's going to look like this for the first flag. We can see what we're doing. Simply we are using that filter bypass and we're looking for the flag. So we fall back one step to grab that first flag. So that gives us this gibberish stuff. We can take this stuff and go decode it using the decoder, and that's going to give us the results. Okay, I'm just going to copy it and show you. Okay, so we can use, I think I have it somewhere on my terminal. That's it there. So that's the first flag over there. So the rest will be off to the second flag. Now how do we go after the second flag, since we have the first flag done? For the second flag, I think we have to look for a way to maybe gain a shell on this box. So gaining a shell, we're going to see if we can maybe send a request and capture with our burp suits. Then maybe we know that access locked in. If you had been following up with us, I actually recorded a video in one of the TryHackMe's new Advent of the Cyber walkthrough of that access locked in. I think it was the first week or so. So that's what we're going to be doing here. I'm not going to go into detail explaining that. I'm just showing a walkthrough. So I'm going to bring up burp suits Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to intercept this request. I'll set up my intercept. So I'll make this request. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the user agent to download me. Let me move this to the background. To download me a PHP. I'm going to clear this. Sorry. I've got this PHP reverse shell here called shell.php. So I'll try to, if I cut the content, it's the classic one which you know from Pentest Monkey. So it's not like a strange one, no, it's the same thing you have in Pentest Monkey. So I'm going to stage a Python server here. I hope my request doesn't time out. Sorry. Okay, on port 8000. Then we will go to that RBOB request and see if we can make some changes to the user agent. So just give me a second. Let me look for the file where I kept it and just extract it out. So I'll be downloading from my server which I'm hosting. I think I'm going to need my IP address, which is this. So I'm going to copy this and just make some changes there. Okay, so we're trying to download a file. Okay, I think this is not on my screen. I have to bring this up. Sorry. Okay, great. So what I'm doing is, see, I changed that user agent. I didn't realize it was not on the screen. I was sharing in the recording. Okay, so to my IP address on port 8000, I'm going after the file shell.php, but I'm giving it the name bshell. My name is Blast anyways. So let's see if this is going to work. I'm going to put this by the side, go here, and see if I forward this request, what happens. I drop the intercept. Okay, so that seems to be to verify if it actually pulled that from our server. Let's go look at our server. So we see that 200 AOK on our server, so which means it was able to pull that file. So a quick way to check, we'll stage a netcat listener here. I think I have one. I'm just going to use that on port 9001. Then I'm going to go fire that my bshell, whatever, on that IP address. I gave it a name, bshell.php. Let's see if we get a call back by executing. I think I need to shut down burp suit for now. Okay, just a second. Okay, so upon visiting the bshell, the PHP, we got the initial access. So this is our initial access, and we can see we're data. So we'll try to see if we can, from this initial access, find the first flag. So we know that should be in the var . So we'll cd into var . Then we can find that flag there named whatever this is. I'm just going to copy this, sorry, and cat that name. We see the first flag. So let's try to get the second flag. We will try to escalate our privilege to see if we're able to do that. So we'll do the sudo -l, and we can see we're allowed to run env without password. So we'll try to run that to spin a bean bash shell. Sudo, let's see if that's going to work. Environment bean bash. Okay, it seems like that worked. ID, we are roots. So we'll look around. We've seen this first flag. Can we cd into roots? And so there's flag 3. We can cat flag 3.text and we see flag 3. So the fourth flag is what is left. Now finding the fourth flag, I discovered that actually this is that we are in a Docker container, so we have to look for a way to maybe get out and see how to get into the box to actually get the fourth flag, because the fourth flag sits in there. So we're going to maybe change to our off directory. In off, we'll find the backups. Then in backups, we see this backup.sh script, which is actually, you see the way it points to root container, so actually that's something executing in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and see if we can replace that script to spin up bash shell. Then I'm going to kill this. Replace that script to something that we can use to spin a bash shell. Then we'll see if we can set up a netcat listener. I think I have a command here which I used initially. Okay, I can't find it, so I'm just going to maybe do the nc tac nvp 9003. So set up that listener. So over here, let me try and see if I can use echo to replace the file in that backup stuff. So I'm going to echo, let's do the shebang, then let's put that bin bash. We want to see if we can echo this in that file. Then we'll write that into backup.sh. Then we'll try and see if we can maybe echo also. This time around we're going to pass bash -i to start that thing. Then if that works, we can pass this also to manage anything that can throw at us as error. So but we'll be using dev tcp. I hope my typing is correct. Then we'll pass that over to our IP address. I'm just going to go over here and copy my IP address so we can get the call back to us. So paste this here, start that TCP session on port 9003. That's where we have our listener set. Then everything else will pass over to 1. I think that should be fine. Then we'll add this to .sh. If my typing is all fine, as soon as I run this, after a short while I should see a call back here if that was typed correctly. But I think I may have made some mistakes in my typing, so I'm going to look at that file again and maybe try to execute, see if I can execute it. Backup.sh. Okay, so let me cut the content just to verify. Okay, so I got the callback. That's the callback over there. It took a while. And in here we can see we are now roots and we are on the box. So over here we can now find flag 5. If I cd to roots on the box, we can see the fourth flag, sorry. Then that's the fourth flag, and that solves the challenge. I hope this really makes some sense to you. Any question, comments, please feel free to leave. Also do like and subscribe. We'll be glad to get that as a feedback from you. Thanks, and see you next recording.